What if I told you that a tiny island could cause a massive controversy between two nations? Welcome to the story of Katchatheevu Island. Tucked away in the Palk Strait that separates India and Sri Lanka, this minuscule piece of land has been the subject of a simmering dispute for decades. Once a part of India, Katchatheevu Island was ceded to Sri Lanka over half a century ago. Fast forward to today, and the island has become a contentious election topic in India. The ruling party, BJP, is accusing the opposition Congress of mishandling the transfer all those years ago. And where is this island, you might ask? It's located just off the coast of Tamil Nadu, a state in southern India. The controversy doesn't end with the political blame game, though. A pact signed in 1976 restricted Indian fishermen's access to the waters around the island, leading to escalating tensions, Supreme Court challenges, and even occasional violations of the pact. Now you might wonder, how did a small island become the center of such a big dispute? Let's dive into the history. To understand the current situation, we have to take a step back in time. It all began in the mid-70s, a time of geopolitical shifts and diplomatic maneuverings. The year was 1976, and an agreement was inked between India and Sri Lanka, which saw the ceding of the Katchatheevu Island from India to Sri Lanka. This pact, seemingly straightforward on paper, carried with it a host of implications, particularly for Indian fishermen. You see, the waters around Katchatheevu Island were rich fishing grounds, frequented by Indian fishermen for generations. However, the 1976 pact imposed severe restrictions on their access to these waters. While they were allowed to dry their nets on the island, they were forbidden from fishing in the surrounding waters. This was a significant blow to their livelihoods, and it wasn't long before discontent began to brew. As years rolled by, the restrictions imposed by the pact led to various conflicts. Indian fishermen found themselves at odds with their Sri Lankan counterparts and the Sri Lankan Navy over access to the rich fishing grounds. These conflicts often escalated into legal challenges, with Indian fishermen questioning the validity of the 1976 pact and its restrictions. The situation was further complicated by occasional violations of the pact. There were instances where Indian fishermen, driven by desperation and the need to secure their livelihood, ventured into the restricted waters around Katchatheevu Island. This led to confrontations, detention of Indian fishermen and their vessels by the Sri Lankan authorities, further fueling the dispute. So the seed of the dispute was sown decades ago, and it has only grown over time. The issue of Katchatheevu Island is not just about territory, it's about livelihoods, it's about historical rights, and it's about national pride. And as we'll see, it's a dispute that continues to shape the political landscape of both India and Sri Lanka. Fast forward to today, and the issue is more heated than ever. The Katchatheevu Island controversy has escalated, with Sri Lanka refusing to reopen any dialogue on the matter. It's a firm stance that's causing ripples on both sides of the Palk Strait. The island, ceded by India to Sri Lanka half a century ago, has become a turbulent water body, with the ripples reaching as far as the political corridors of India. The crux of the conflict lies in a 1976 pact, which severely curtailed the rights of Indian fishermen to the waters around the island. This has led to a series of confrontations over the years, with Sri Lanka detaining thousands of Indian fishermen and their vessels, an act viewed as antagonistic by many. Despite numerous entreaties and legal challenges up to the Supreme Court, the pact remains in force, the waters around the island remain restricted, and the fishermen's nets remain empty. But the impact of the Katchatheevu Island dispute isn't just restricted to the fishing communities. It has seeped into the political landscape of India, particularly in the southern state of Tamil Nadu, where the island is in close proximity. The Bharatiya Janata Party, or BJP, has used the issue to rally support, accusing the Congress Party of mismanaging the island's transfer all those years ago. The BJP, in its bid to gain foothold in Tamil Nadu, has turned the island into a political pawn, adding a new dimension to an already complex issue. It's a chess game that's playing out on a grand scale with no checkmate in sight. The fishermen are left in limbo, their livelihoods hanging in the balance. The politicians continue their game of accusations and counter-accusations, while Sri Lanka maintains its uncompromising stance. As it stands now, the Katchatheevu Island issue remains unresolved and continues to fuel tensions between India and Sri Lanka. So, where does this leave us? We've journeyed through the intricate history of the Katchatheevu Island, delved into the controversies surrounding its past, and analyzed the current tussle between India and Sri Lanka. The Katchatheevu issue, a 5-decade-long dispute, has once again surfaced, triggering a fresh wave of tensions between the two nations. At present, Sri Lanka stands firm, refusing to reopen talks on the island issue. Meanwhile, the topic has become an election hotbed in India, with political parties leveraging it for their advantage. The repercussions of this issue are not just political, but social too, affecting the lives of fishermen and stirring up regional sentiments. Looking ahead, we can anticipate a multitude of scenarios. Will there be a diplomatic breakthrough, perhaps? Might the issue escalate tensions further? Quite possibly. Regardless, the Katchatheevu Island dispute is a testament to the complex dynamics of international relations and how a small piece of land can significantly influence them. As we watch this story unfold, we're reminded of how a small piece of land can have a big impact on international relations. Until next time, stay informed and stay curious. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the Katchatheevu Island controversy. We appreciate your interest and curiosity. If you've found this video informative, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our future explorations. We'll be delving into many more fascinating geopolitical issues, historical controversies, and current events. Who knows? Maybe the next topic will be the one you've always wanted to understand better. Until then, remember, knowledge is power and curiosity fuels that power. So stay informed, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.